One, two, three. One, two, three. Let's go.
aka the Piscean Seer, and this is one of your daily readings. Okay, like and subscribe if you get anything out of this. My bad about the readings yesterday. I was having internet difficulties, so I didn't even upload them until like 5 o'clock in the morning. It's a long story. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Okay, God, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, all beings of light only. You're welcome into this reading. Please give the Piscean Seer Collective the best and most accurate information for them at this time. Okay, so we're about to talk about the new moon energies, okay? Because Spirit was like, watch Sam the Illusionist. Watch it. Because I got the notification this morning. They're like, watch it. It's because they want me to like spread the news, okay? So I am gonna link the video though, and put Sam's handle on there because he is really dope, okay? The way he channels is fucking amazing, okay? He just like goes into this meditative state, and the angels just talk through him. But not only the angels, you know, he channels the Galactic Federation and the Pleiadians and all kinds of dopeness. It's dope, okay? So I'm gonna make sure that I link it because I don't want to feel like I'm stealing. Spirit is really serious about that. Like, make sure you put that link in there, so it will be in there, okay? So Archangel Metatron was saying though that this new moon is bringing new and wild energies, okay? Which kind of sounds ominous to me, okay? It says that he said that the moon is going to get close to Saturn, okay? The moon satellite, because that's what the angels refer to the moon as. They refer to it as a satellite. They said that it's like a machine, but that's a whole nother video, okay? I'm telling you, you might really get some things out of watching Sam the Illusionist. It'll raise your consciousness a lot because there's a lot of information that comes through him, okay? So, you know, thank God for him. It says the moon's getting closer to Saturn, so the energies from Saturn will send a higher flux of vibrations, okay? It says it'll have a drastic effect on the mind and influence a higher level of love vibration. So if you're on, you know, that love scale they're always showing. Dang, I meant to Google it. Let me Google it while I'm talking. But you know that chart that they have that, you know, kind of measures, you know, your level, pretty much. Like, what level are you on? Are you at the level of, you know, joy or happiness or peace, or, you know, just operating totally out of energy of love, or like whatever, you know, it goes up. It's a scale. It's like, no, change it. I was so serious. Okay, here we go. Oh, perfect. Okay, so emotional roller coaster came on, and it's relevant because you need to control your emotional reactions to things over this Thanksgiving, okay? Be really giving thanks and being grateful to Spirit, okay? Because the energies are changing. This Saturn is going to change a lot of the energy of Saturn, okay? The moon's going to pick up, you know, like some of our spirit guides from Saturn's, you know, connection, and it's going to bounce a good energy to the earth, okay? So on this new moon, just don't like react to anything negative. It says, I wrote, avoid emotional reactions to negative things. It says situations will change for the light people, okay, you know, or, you know, the chosen ones, you know, the people of the Christ pool, whatever you want to call us, okay. It says you may feel completeness and wholeness after this energy exchange, you know, starts, but it depends on your level on this chart, okay. Hold up, let me look it up. And I opened my eyes and realized that I was still being taken for a constant ride on you. Hold up, I'm Googling. Okay, I'm Googling right now. Oh. Oh my gosh, I don't see it. Whatever. Forget it. But it has like different colors, and I don't know. If you know what I'm talking about, then I don't know. Maybe comment. What is it called? That scale that they're always showing, you know? Anyways, it says you're going to get an increase in the level of understanding. It says take time to meditate and focus on what you have and be grateful to absorb the highest vibrations possible, okay? So that's how you're going to get the highest vibrations out of this. It says take time to meditate. I already read that. It says new lessons about the mastery, but that's important when they have me reread things I'm learning. It's very important, okay? Make sure that you meditate. It's important. It says new lessons about the mastery of being in the moment, okay? So that's what you're about to learn. You're about to master being in the moment with these energies that are coming from Saturn. It says opportunities to connect with Saturn's spiritual guides, okay? Because the Galactic Federation has a lot to do with Saturn, okay? I don't know exactly how it works, but that's all I wrote, okay? It says vibrations available through the process of giving thanks, okay? Use your, like, think, okay? Think about your life and ask yourself, how would you feel if only good things had happened to you since you were born, okay? And then kind of sit in that feeling, you know. I did it. It was awesome. It made me feel all like fuzzy and tingly. So make sure you try that. And we're going to get some sacral and solar plexus upgrades, okay? So you could have been having stomach problems lately, or, you know, just wondering, the song said, am I crazy for wanting a little bit more, a little bit more, a little more, a little more of you? So this feeling's hard to ignore. Please say you'll never get bored. Can you blame me for wanting a little bit more? A little more of you. A little more of you. That's a little more by Alyssa Cara. I absolutely love her. But the point is, you had this feeling. You want to do this already, okay? If this is for you, you already been feeling like, you know, I need to tap in. I need to sit down. Make sure you avoid, like, the drama, okay? Avoid the tea is what I wrote in my other notes, which is funny because this is just an add-on to the video that I was going to do, okay? Which was talking about, like, the elemental fairies, and it said something about seven realms in the other world of the fairy world. I was watching this show called Fate, the Winx Saga, okay? So those are the notes I'm going to give y'all after I finish this. Also, take some time to ask yourself, how would you feel if all your desires were granted, okay? Because this is the kind of energies that are coming in, okay? Also, the other important part was that there's free will. You have two main sources of free will, okay? That's the free will of the self and the free will of the inner choice, you know, or your soul, you know, your intuition, what guides you. There's a fly came, okay? Higher perception of reality and higher choice, okay? So you have choices that were like built into your soul, choices you made before you came here, okay? Certain things that you have to learn. The song, we're dreaming on and on, we're dreaming on and on. So make sure that you are that you do this, okay? Because your dreams are about to like go like shoot through the roof, as long as you meet the vibrational requirements, okay? And you only have 48 hours to do it, okay? Today and tomorrow. So I mean, I guess it'll be less time because it's already like 1:20. But I was going to look up a fly, and there's 1, 2, 3 on my tablet. So, you know, you've been taking the right steps, okay? You've been taking the right steps to, your ascension, okay? The song says, I'm living high. So you're living high vibrationally. I'm sorry, the channel is like all over the place right now. So, the fly symbolism. The fly is often connected to negativity lurking, danger, gossip, and mostly everything terrible. Okay, so that's what they're saying. Like, avoid having emotional reactions to those things, okay? You are in control of your feelings. It says things happen based on the level of free will, freedom to choose any thought form, and and choosing emotional reaction. So being able to choose the emotional reaction to your thing, that's the ultimate free will, okay? Because that's something your soul and your inner choice and the will of your inner choice and the will of yourself agree on, okay? That's like the equivalent of your head and your heart agreeing on something. And that's how you make it like pop, okay? So avoid like all of the negativity and all of the gossip and all of the shit that's going on. That's funny how that fly just flew in here. Anything else? Nothing else on this paper. So that's what they're talking about. They're talking about these upcoming energies. Archangel Mallory, remember who you are. Take action when you are ready. I'm going to read it out the book. They were really being very specific too. That's how I knew they was gonna enjoy this. Let me see. This one's in alphabetical order. It opened to Archangel Metatron, okay? I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read Archangel Metatron before I read the card that I actually pulled out. Because that was his message, okay? It says Archangel Metatron is the glorious golden orange angel who is in charge of the ascension of humanity, the earth, and the entire universe. He plans and oversees the ascension process from his etheric retreat above the Luxor temple in Egypt. There is a 9th dimensional temple in the middle of it with 12 sub-temples surrounding it. She said, breaking down the walls, I'm living high, okay? So you've broken down all of these walls. Archangel Metatron helps us with these types of things. He helps us with ascending, with breaking down everything, and getting us to be at a better place to invent the world that we want to with, your personal power, okay? It says, if you are ready, you can visit this retreat to retrieve Metatron's ascension cloak. He will help you build your personal light. So you could call on Archangel Metatron when you're meditating over these 48 hours, okay, to have him help you and to give you his ascension cloak, which kind of, cloaks you from a lot of danger and low vibrational BS, okay? It says, when you open your heart to him, you accelerate your opportunity for ascension. In addition, this illuminated being is in charge of the development of the stellar gateway. Your stellar gateway is your 12th and highest chakra, a vast golden orange chalice that holds the energy of your monad or I am presence. From here, Archangel Metatron helps you to build your Antakarana Bridge to source, okay? So it says, I'm sorry, because I Googled the Antakarana Bridge. Let's see. Let's see what it says. So the Antakarana is the bridge to the sacred. The search for the sacred is present in many forms. We see it in our attraction to the wonders of nature and the marvels of the universe. It is seen in our fascination with ancient historical sites such as the Oracle of Delphi, the pyramids of Egypt, and the stone circles that pepper the quilted landscape of the British countryside. We witness it in the beauty created by the temples humanity has created in honor of the divine. Indeed, there are countless examples of humanity's search for the sacred, yet in a deeper sense, the path to the sacred is an inner rather than outer quest. It is the path that leads to the soul deep within the recesses of consciousness. In truth, that is the soul that is the rightful recipient of the title, the sacred, for that which is sacred is also eternal. This is true whether we're talking about the soul of a human being, that of a nation, or the soul of humanity as a whole. When traveling upon this inner path, there is a bridge that must be crossed. It is called the Antakarana, okay? So, it says, in Eastern philosophy, it is the name given to the bridge that connects the lower mind with the higher mind, or the mind of the soul, okay? Through it, an individual is able to realize the soul's profound love and wisdom. In this way, the Antakarana is a communication conduit, okay? It makes possible the realization of wisdom and guidance that transcends the rational thinking process of the lower self or the personality. This is amazing, okay? Gratitude, spirit. The Antakarana gives inspirational insight into things that the personality cannot fathom on its own. As such, it is the medium used by the soul to communicate its love and purpose into the human mind. However, this rainbow bridge, okay? Didn't I say that rainbows are the bridge to eternal life? I said that videos and videos ago. Maybe I was crossing the bridge, okay? It says, colloquial term for the Antakarana, the rainbow bridge, okay? It does not exist naturally within the human psyche. Instead, it must be built over time through various spiritual disciplines in construction. I mean, its construction is made possible, okay? So that's why there's so many different steps that you have to take, okay? Archangel Metatron led me right to this, okay? It says, it has been said that to find the path, one must become the path. This is a profound notion and directly relates to the subject at hand. Often people believe that the spiritual path is related to the things we do and the directional choices we make in life. Yet from the esoteric perspective, this is a misunderstanding of sorts. The path is not a journey based upon doing, but rather upon being. It is not governed by personality-driven activity, but by an urge to be the authentic self, filled with love and guided by wisdom and higher purpose. In truth, the path is an inner journey leading to the soul, while outer activity is simply a demonstration of the wisdom that the journey reveals. The outer life of doing is therefore a representation of one's state of consciousness. As a person's spirituality evolves, it becomes increasingly evident that the outer path is merely an effect. It is the product of consciousness, not the cause of it, okay? The Antakarana is a fascinating subject to study. Unfortunately, an exhaustive examination of it is not possible within the text of this writing. So, even so, a basic understanding of it is quite useful to anyone who has chosen to consciously develop the spiritual dimension of his or her life. There are three fundamental parts or substructures of the Antakarana to be noted, sometimes called threads. Each are used by the soul to influence a person's life in a particular way. Okay, so it's the life thread, the consciousness thread, and the creative thread, okay? The life thread extends from the soul to the personality. It anchors itself in the heart chakra and is responsible for the downflow of the life force into the physical body. It is the spiritual energy that gives animation to the many biological systems that sustain our outer physical form. The beating of the heart and the lungs are ultimately governed by this subtle force coming from the soul via the life thread. Given its essential nature, this thread can be considered primary. It is the only structure of the Antakarana that is not in need of construction, for it naturally exists as a function of physical life and survival, okay? So everybody has the life thread, okay? It's not something that you have to build. That's the light of God within you. It's your thread of life, your silver cord, I think it's called. So, the consciousness thread, this thread extends from the soul to the mind of the personality. It enters through the crown chakra and is seated within the brain cavity in the region of the pineal gland. Through it, an individual begins to register the wisdom of the soul as it subtly shapes thoughts within the mind. Unlike the life thread, this substructure of the Antakarana does not exist naturally. Instead, it must be built. Okay, so you have to build the consciousness thread. This is done through a variety of processes to be later discussed. When the first tenuous strands of this thread are in place, it indicates that an individual has stepped onto the path and can now consciously take his or her spiritual development in tow. And finally is the creative thread, okay? This is interesting. I'm learning a lot about my own journey right now with you, okay? These are the things that we have done. Like, this sounds like a lot, huh? But you have managed to get through all of that, okay? You're at the point of your creative thread, okay? The creative thread, essentially, the creative thread impulses of the soul travel along this thread. It eventually seats itself in the throat center, which is the chakra that facilitates creative thought and expression. This thread begins to form after the consciousness thread has been partially built. However, its utilization by the soul is tenuous until the procreative passions of the lower self have been tamed. This suggests that much of the creative energy of the sacral chakra has been lifted to the throat center. When the soul is able to utilize this thread, it inspires the mind with innovative ideas that have the power to uplift. And which they just put, like snakes going up, like the Kundalini. I just seen the Kundalini. Like, it was dope when I just seen. Okay, guys. Okay, so there are 3. I think that's it. Okay, let me see. It says there are 3 disciplines that facilitate the building and refinement of the Antakarana, all of which are needed for its full construction. The first is the adoption of a meditative practice through benefits meditation are many. Though the benefits of meditation are many, its contribution to the building of the Antakarana is often tragically overlooked. The function of meditation is to draw the self from its personality encasement. It involves detachment from the physical, emotional, and mental aspects of the personality in order to sense the soul residing behind it. This means that an individual has transcended the personality and by so doing experiences the soul directly, even if just for a few moments. When the meditation ends, a strand of subtle substance is carried from the soul to the personality. This strand becomes a part of the bridge. Therefore, each meditation has the power to strengthen the Antakarana by adding filaments to it. In this way, the Antakarana is built. Okay, the second technique that supports the construction of the Antakarana is selfless service. When a person begins to feel compelled to make an uplifting contribution toward others, it indicates that the individual is thinking beyond his or her own needs. Such a person begins to resonate to a higher form of love, a love that is widely inclusive yet impersonal. It indicates to the soul that the personality is beginning to demonstrate a willingness to let go of its independent tendencies in order to be guided by altruistic motive. Okay, they really want me to read all of this to you. The demonstration begins to create a magnetic rapport between the soul and the personality. When strong enough, it causes the soul to downwardly gaze, and by doing so, the Antakarana is further built. The compassion of the soul's loving stare adds a needed ingredient to this bridge of light. The third process needed to complete the Antakarana is the development of the abstract mind. The reason this is so important is that the soul is found on the abstract mental plane. As such, to think abstractly is to be in the neighborhood of the soul, so to speak, okay? Abstract thought makes it possible to see the broader and wiser truths underlying outer events. The deeper principles that govern life and circumstance are seen anew, and with a spiritual understanding not realized before. Most importantly, the abstract mind is the rightful recipient of the institutional insight. To develop the abstract mind, okay, so to develop the abstract mind requires that one study abstract ideas. For most people, it is a muscle of consciousness that needs to be developed and exercised. Yet when it becomes a part of one's day-to-day perceptions, a new understanding of life emerges. Wisdom then takes the place of knowledge as the governing force of one's life, for wisdom is rooted in abstract understanding. This is bars. What is this? This is it's on meter.org, okay? It's called the Antakarana, the Bridge to the Sacred Emergent Light, okay? Now, where was I at? That was it. So your bridge is either complete or nearly complete, okay, if you are looking at me, okay? So that means you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, but they're saying that's why you need to meditate, okay? But that was a very, very clear explanation of how you build your bridge to source. So I loved everything about that, okay? So it says, you can also draw down his light through your chakra system into the earth, okay? So the guidance is that you are blessed to receive this card of ascension and higher service, for it shows the mighty archangel Metatron is with you and working with your stellar gateway chakra. Your guidance is to wear your ascension cloak so that he can help you to keep your 12 chakras fifth dimensional and balanced. To do this, close your eyes and visualize him placing it over your shoulders. Know that he is illuminating your aura with his golden orange light as his mighty wings enfold you. Fire. I'm so glad I read that. Because remember, I pulled out Archangel Mallory. That's the card that I pulled out, okay? But it went to the Archangel Metatron's page because I was talking about him. Thank you, Archangel Metatron. Remember who you are. Take action when you are ready, is what Archangel Mallory's card says. It says Archangel Mallory is the divine feminine complement of Archangel Christiel. Move this. She steps her energy down through the healing light of the Pleiades and enters Earth through Bethlehem. While Christiel's retreat is over Jerusalem, these two angels have always held the Christ light in this part of the world, which is why the divine plan enabled Jesus to bring it in through this location. Archangel Mallory is the keeper of the ancient wisdom, not just for this planet, but for this entire universe, and is a lustrous deep gold, which transforms to rich burgundy when she is actively pursuing a project. She pours high frequencies of wisdom into your causal chakra, and if you need to do spiritual work, she will assist you with her burgundy light, which is the red of action merged with the gold of wisdom. Ooh, shit, that's fire. Okay, so wear burgundy, okay, if you can, if you want to wear some burgundy, okay, and that's gonna connect you with Archangel Mallory a bit more, okay. I wish I had some burgundy, okay. I put some. I usually do own something burgundy, but I just don't right now. All right, they want me to do another one, and then I'm gonna pull more on all of this. They're giving it up right now, okay. So the cherubim look to the stars and accept keys and codes of stellar wisdom, okay? This is a great reading, y'all. Like, I can't wait to watch it back because it doesn't really sink in when I'm doing it, but I be looking at it like, this is so good. Okay, so the cherubim are 11th dimensional galactic angels. These huge beings work in the universe, holding the energy of pure transcendent love between and around the planets, stars, and galaxies. For example, the Pleiades download source healing, and the cherubim are helping to intensify the level of healing coming through. They also bring the messages contained in the harmonic frequencies of the seraphim down to a level that can be passed on through the angelic realms, meaning to you, okay? Cherubim operate beyond our visual and auditory range, but during the Renaissance, they broke off tiny energetic fragments of their light and sent them out to help humanity. So that's what's going on right now, okay? It's like a new Renaissance, okay? They're pushing out creative ideas to us because it's time to renew the world, you know. It's time for the ideas and the beliefs of the world to change. You know, God's ready for it to be known how to actually do this. You know, there's been way too much deception and lies. Gratitude, Spirit. Okay, so they were seen by psychics as pure, innocent, joyful babies. They were called cherubs and spread the Christ light through being depicted in art. Okay, so that's why all of that cherub art popped up, because the cherubs came and influenced the creatives, okay, the creative psychics. It says you are blessed to receive the cherubim card, for it indicates you are being lit by beautiful angelic energy. You are being asked to bring this through you and pass it on to others to switch their lights on too. Whether you understand it or not, you are a universal being connected to the stars. Tune into their wisdom by looking at them and thinking about them, and accept the keys and codes of universal light. I got to make sure I don't get cut off while I'm reading. Of universal light that are being downloaded into you. This will enable you to become an intergalactic master when the time is right. Indeed, you may be one already. Okay? Know that pure, innocent, loving cherubs are inspiring and uplifting you. Feel their joy and let it enhance you. The song said, tell everybody, everybody, Okay, so also some of you guys are like are really strongly guided by fairies. They told me to get into my own notes after that. Let me see. I'm just like, I'm gonna Google the lyrics to a song. Look to my right. It was clear sprite. So it's called My money long and my hair long. Oh. You might have long hair. Okay. Okay, so damn. So this song was on this show I was watching, okay? It's in my notes right here. It says Kids in the Corner. So it says we're a product of a system in a world that never listens to the messed up truth. We're a burden and a blessing, and we okay, so I seen it cut off, okay? It says, I'll just start over. We're a product of a system in a world that never listens to the messed up truth. We're a burden and a blessing, and we keep you second guessing. That's what we do. We're the kids in the corner. We don't like you. We're the kids in the corner. We ain't taking shit from you. Nah. We know we go to dirty places to find familiar faces, lost in another life to forget that we ain't fine, okay? So basically just avoid like all of the distractions and things going on right now, okay? This is the last thing that, you know, the higher ups want us to do, is to come into this thing, but it's too late to stop it. Like, it's done, okay? This is happening. So it says, put your hands around our throat, call us Generation Broke, okay? So we're not Generation Broke. We are not Generation Broke, okay? We are like handsome and wealthy. That's what I really heard. Is it because I'm handsome and wealthy? Okay. So I guess that was like the whole point. It says, we will be who we want to be, make heroes of you and me. We live for the revelry. Yeah, so let me hear you say, we will be who we want to be, make heroes of you and me. We live the revelry. So he said international. Oh my goodness. Okay. I don't know why that was so loud. Anyway, I hope it doesn't copyright me. That'd be getting on my nerves. They would copyright me for being on the lowest volume ever. Okay, so there's earth, air, fire, and water fairies helping us with these transformations. Transformation magic has been lost, okay? So they're bringing back the transformation magic because this used to be a lot easier, okay? It says learn to use magic slowly and safely. So that's what you're doing. You've been learning to use your magic slowly and safely, getting up to these higher levels of energy grades, because we can do amazing things. Like, we can do amazing things when we are, aligned. I mean, look what I'm doing right now. To me, this is amazing. Like, they just gave me a lot, and everybody has their own amazing thing that they can do, that they're meant to do. So make sure you're on your stuff and being open and receiving, because you have to use your free will to receive these upgrades. Okay, they're not just gonna just I don't know how it works. Okay, so it says graduates rule realms and lead armies. They shape the world. Okay, so we're about to reshape this world. Like I said, you must learn control. Okay, control of your emotional outbursts and the things that you're reacting to. Make an effort to socialize on your fresh start. Okay, so you're about to start attracting your soul family. I've been saying this for a long time. Don't just sit in your room. Your emotions are a tool, nothing more, nothing less. You've been taught to control them. You need to let them go. Okay, so if you have any take a spiritual bath, first of all, because it's the new moon. Okay, people do a lot of magic on the new moon. And we don't want nothing extra in our energy. Okay, nothing to help you react negatively. It says release in order to increase, and then I wrote 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so you're about to receive some sort of I heard soul inheritance. You could be someone who suffers from panic attacks. That's because you hold not only your emotions in you. I mean, you hold a lot of your own emotions in, and you absorb the emotions of others. Okay, so you need to cleanse your energy. You need to take a spiritual bath. Okay, maybe they have like, just go to the store, go to like a herbalist store or a place like that, and they'll give you a lot of different herbs and things. But I put like lavender, I put like sage, some essential oils. Like I'll use like lavender essential oils. I use eucalyptus in my bath. I use peppermint oil. I use lemon oil, but not all together. I mix and match. I do whatever spirit tells me to do. Okay. You're extremely empathic, yes. So you need to cleanse your energy because that's really affecting you. Okay. So we're like the Powerpuff Girls. We're like the Powerpuff Girls, okay? We're sugar, spice, and everything nice. But when we're upset, we have the power to bring down cities. So that's why it's important to get your emotions under control, to control yourself so you don't make the mistakes of the old gods, is what I heard, okay? So look, maybe you could be into like Greek mythology and things like that, a lot of them in those stories, there a lot of them are stories of ego, okay, of the way the ego operated through them, okay. Also, it says, please stay in the foreground until producing is complete, okay. That was on my video editing app, okay. Please stay in the in the foreground until producing is complete, which sounds a lot like staying in the moment until after these energy upgrades are have gone. But I mean, it's best to stay in the moment as much as you can, okay? And it says avoid the T again, and it says God or goddess rising, okay? So that's what's going on. The goddess energy in you is rising. Your vibration is rising, okay? It says to change dimension is to change perspective, okay? So that's all that's happening when you're switching dimensions, okay? Is you're changing your perspective on the way you're looking at life, you know? People are always talking about different dimensions and things as if you need a machine to get there. You don't need a machine to get there. They need a machine to get there because they're not willing to do the spiritual work, okay, that it takes to get to a different dimension. And you have to change your perspective. For your perspective, that's all you have to do, okay? There's like 4 levels. There's the expression. I mean, as related to fire, I was watching a video about this on YouTube, and he was saying that, you know, the ascension process is a lot like fire, okay? Because, you know, first you start with your expression, which is the spark, okay? The spark that you get inside you. And then there's experimentation, you know, which is the fire burning and spreading, okay? Then there's integration, which is a whole nother spark, right? Which it kicks off your Kundalini awakening once you start to integrate. And transcendence, okay? A heart becoming a part of someone else, okay? So, you know, being one with everyone and everything, you know, is how you transcend into, you know, this higher being that you are becoming, okay? It says there's no going up without going down at the same speed. In the darkness, you find minerals and absorb in order to spread your branches and leaves with love, okay? So your roots are doing this, and your branches and your trees, they're doing this, okay? You know, and then you're producing all of this fruit, you know, and you're feeding off, you know, you're transmuting, you're staying connected with the earth, okay? Feeding the land, and you're feeding others, you know, with your fruit and your outreach, you know, which I thought was amazing, obviously, because I wrote it down. Okay, raising your vibration, allow yourself to transform constantly in your process. It just kills me the way that my notes be coming together with their plan that they got, you know? Yes, I just write them down. And but I mean, I do have them in an order, you know. They'll give me like you know, 6 to 8 videos at a time of just where they just have me sit down and just channel. Like, it just happens. Like, whenever I always have a notebook or some paper. Look, I'm shuffling the deck, which I only do for no reason when you need a change of perspective. You need to change your perspective to get where you're trying to go right now. Like, it says you need to be communicating clearly and compromise and be looking out for the signs on a regular basis, you know. But just make sure that you're not I know it's like, you know, a holiday and all of that, but just try to relax is what they're saying. If you're going to do the holiday thing, then enjoy the holiday thing, you know, and don't bend on that. This says reconsider. Don't like stray from that, you know. Stay in your good mood, okay? This is perfect timing. You have done your ascension things right on time, okay? You are getting it, okay? You're in balance with this compromise card. You're totally in balance, okay? So don't let anybody get under your skin, because that's nothing but the devil, okay? Look, yes. It's the devil that's trying to get you out of your character over this time, okay? You're finished. You're through with your recovery. I mean, we're always constantly growing, you know, and recovering and learning new lessons, but I mean, the big part, you know, as far as like, you know, breaking generational curses and things like that, that part is pretty much done. Gratitude spirit. It was like, burn some more of that. This is bay leaves that I'm burning. And I have a card that says, where bay leaf goes, evil cannot enter, okay? So, you know, you might want to get you a bundle of bay leaves to burn. Like this, you know, this is like sage, but it's bay leaves. It came with a lot of different kinds. Actually, I burned the pine a lot. It doesn't smell the best, but it really does a great job of cleansing the energy. Maybe you need to clear negative energy out of your house, okay? Make sure you sage. If people are coming over for Thanksgiving, make sure you cleanse the energy of your home before and after, and maybe even during if you can, okay? because, you know, you don't want anything. I mean, if you have a drama-filled type of family, you know, but if that's not really, I mean, but you should always be cleansing your space. But your health is improving. This is going to improve everything about you. Like, look, success. But yeah, you just have to let go and let God control the thing, okay? He got it. Make sure you're operating in the law of grace, okay? I'm not even going to use those cards. Uh-oh. Yes, forgiveness and understanding, okay? Stay in the energy of forgiveness and understanding, period. Like, anybody, that's a good way to avoid, you know, blowing your top, okay? Inner child healing. This is why inner child healing is important. When you start being around people, you know, you realize how many wounds you healed as a child. Don't forget, don't let those issues become issues again. And this time being around family, because I know how it can be. You've done all of this work, you know. You don't want anybody to come and ruin that, okay? Somebody is hot-headed, okay? Like, you have self-acceptance, okay? So it doesn't matter if anyone accepts you or not, or if they agree with the way that you're living. Fuck them. They do not, it's not their job to, you know, control you. Just make sure that you're honestly communicating, you know, and just not being an asshole, and just don't be afraid to say no, okay? Some of you, you know, they're having family gatherings and you want to go, you know, and you're feeling nostalgic with the signs and reminders. You're feeling nostalgic, you know, and you want the joy of being around your family, you know. Spirit understands that with this, yes. But if your guidance inside of you, okay, because it says listen deeply, if your guidance is telling you not to go, then do not go, okay? Just don't go, because I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to be at home for the holidays, because I was going to go to my dad's, but I was like, what the fuck am I going to eat? I mean, not like that, but like, I'm so cautious, okay? I'm so like, and plus, it was just a lot, you know? It's just a lot of reasons why I didn't go. Spirit doesn't want me to go, so I'm not going to go, okay? Because I just didn't feel good about it in my spirit. So I just didn't go. I'll go another time. Enlightenment. Look for the highest perspective and see the divine in everyone. So make sure you're just seeing the divine in everybody over these, you know, this time, okay? Dare to be vulnerable, okay? Love yourself. If you are going to go around family, you know, show them the different, more nicer side of you. Maybe you were defensive back in the day when you were around the family, you know. Don't be afraid to just enter this magic, though, because just live in the now, okay? Seize the moment. That's what they keep saying. Like, if you don't, look, go with the flow, okay? Relax and trust and accept what is happening, okay? Because great things are happening, okay? And uncord any relationships that you need to uncord. You know, you can call on Archangel Michael and ask him to cut any cords of any people that you have cut out of your life, you know? And make sure that you really mean it, okay? Really feel it. If you don't really feel it, you know, that cord can just grow right back. Soul healing, or align with your essence. See your true colors, okay? So with that, I'm done. I think I said plenty. Gratitude, Spirit. Okay. I just hope you guys have a fabulous, wonderful, and amazing couple of days. Okay. And I hope you get all the energy upgrades that you're supposed to get. Okay. Make sure y'all being safe and have a wonderful, fabulous, amazing, super fantabulous day. Bye.